questions for Freddie Lee. One, I understand you do not advocate ground combat. However, no, due to your belief that it perpetuates excessive violence. Now, especially in the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu system and just Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in general, the science behind it, which incorporates balance, weight distribution, leverage, and creating fulcrums, is really probably one of the least, if not, I would go so far as to say the least violent martial art that has ever been created. The fights won by the Gracie family in all of their challenge videos and in the UFCs, they had some of the least violent wins I think I've ever seen in my life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They may punch a few times, but it's just, it wasn't really hard. It's not damaging. They're not really raining down death blows and creating super bloody cuts on people. It's just to get them to drop their hands, maybe to choke. And once the choke is released, they're fine. And a lot of times, they don't even use the punches. They've only done that in a few instances. Not that many. And these people always left very much looking the same that they came into the fight. Now, your idea of the real martial arts perpetuates a much greater aspect of violence in which strikes are exchanged and received and physical damage is dealt that cannot be taken back with the release of a hold. It's there, and something is either cut or broken or bruised, and no amount of submission can undo that damage. It simply has to heal, unlike Jiu-Jitsu. So if you truly are for Zen and for peace and for ending something that can be potentially very dangerous in the least violent way possible, not perpetuating any excessive violence, why would you not be for at least incorporating Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? As well as, this is my final question, you often call it gay, homosexual, and blowjob jiu-jitsu. So, do you believe that if someone is gay, that is an insult? That should be viewed as such a negative quality that they should feel bad about being called gay? That if someone were to call you gay, would that just be an over-the-top insult? Would it hit you to your core like, how dare they call me gay? Or why would that ring so hard within you? Why would that resonate to such a degree that it's such an insult to be viewed as anywhere near close to gay? Because gay is so bad, gay is so repugnant, gay is just outrageous and immoral, is it? Who do you know? Do you know anyone who's gay? You probably don't have any gay students, but do you? That's interesting. And how do they feel about your using of the term as an insult to such a degree that it's the most powerful insult you can possibly muster, is to call it gay? Like that's supposed to hit home like so deep, like, oh, gay. You don't have any gay friends, you don't know any gay people, and you feel like being a gay person diminishes your quality as a human being. Like you can bring less to the table for being gay as opposed to being heterosexual? And do you think being heterosexual over gay inherently makes you a better person, a more moral person, and a more desirable person to have in your circle of friends or work? Like, what part of being gay takes away from your value as a human being? Do you honestly feel that being gay should be associated with an insult? And do you feel that heterosexual people are inherently more important and superior to perhaps a homosexual person? Because you make it seem like they're not worth as much. And that is a way of thinking that has caused a lot of violence and strife within and of itself. And for someone who is Zen and perpetuates non-violence, martial arts practice, but not over violent, but Zen, why would you be perpetuating hatred towards an entire community of people whose private sexual identity really have little to nothing at all to do with the qualities they possess as human beings? I think a rational person could see that. What is your take on how homosexuality affects a person's character? That's my question. Why would you be not for one of the least and most practical non-violent forms of self-defense that has been scientifically proven to work with video evidence time and time again? Why would you not be for that? And if you are a man of peace and a man of Zen, or at least a man who strives to be of peace and strives to be of Zen, why would you be perpetuating this negative light and most hateful ranting, honestly, against people who just happen to be homosexual, who are otherwise just people? That's the only difference in how you would see them. It's just the fact that they're gay, so they must be not as good. Why do you feel that way? Do you feel that way? I guess that's 3 questions. Oh well. I hope you answer them, because it would really explain a lot.